morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Dirt Green Steel. So, we're bringing the gleaner home this morning. It rained last night. Everything's pretty wet. So, when I was unloading my last hopper full last night, my cylinder broke that folds and unfolds my auger. Luckily, it was over the grain cart when it broke, so just the auger laid down the grain cart and didn't tear anything up. So I was able to get the auger folded back in and drive it home and just weld the one bracket up that's the trouble spot. So I'll show you that when we get to the shop. But I'm going to put the end fenders back on this corn head that helped save the ears of corn. I got those in the shop. I'm going to throw them back on so I'm not losing any ears. And then I got the piece I need to get and put across the back. But while it's home, I'm going to also tighten up the clean grain elevator chain. That I noticed yesterday's a little loose. So just going to take advantage of this morning to to fix some stuff while it dries off. Hopefully we can pick this afternoon. We must have got quite a bit of rain because it seems quite a bit wet. So when we get this thing in the shop, we're going to get started on it. So I'm going to get started this morning. Wilson has been meowing. I know exactly what he wants. I know what you want. Yeah. Is this what you want? Is that it? Yeah? Okay. Let me get it open first. There you go. There's your breakfast. Are you happy now? Anything to keep the Wilson happy. So let's get started on this combine and see if we can get it fixed and show you what we got going on here. What the problem is. Throw that in the garbage. So here's the problem we have. Move the child safety gate out of the way. That right there needs turned the other direction and welded back on. It all broke, and that allowed the cylinder to poke up through its tunnel in the hopper and blow the top piece off of it that keeps the grain from going down in. When that happened, the auger luckily was over the grain cart, and it sat down in the grain cart and didn't come crashing to the ground. So got real lucky because being it was laying on the grain cart, it didn't shove the cylinder all the way up and rip the hoses off also. So I was able to get the auger folded back in without destroying majorly anything. So except that little tin piece that covers that tunnel in the auger, in the hopper, we can beat that back flat and put it back on. So I'm gonna get started on this, get it fixed. All I gotta do is turn that piece, get it back down in place, weld her up real good, and that's fixed. And then we're going to move on to putting the ear savers back on the ends of the corn head. And I got to call my salesman Eric and see where the back piece is that goes across the back. So then ears of corn can't fall out of the head when the corn is really super tall. So I'm going to get started. So I needed to get a little tension off the cylinder so I could line it back up where I needed. So I got the floor jack and just a 2x4, and I'm just gonna lift the auger up just a little bit just to relieve some pressure off of everything so that I can move that cylinder where I need to. So let's see if it'll move. Wilson, what are you doing? Cleaning yourself? We need to go here more. Need to get this little guy done. Got the ear corn picker now. So now I got something to pull with it. And I did come across a plow for it, so I got a plow for it. Well, I gotta trade my buddy some work on his pony motor on his 720. I told him I'd get it running for him, and he said that he'd trade me the plow for it. So I'm like, that's a good deal. Okay, now it's freed up and we can move it where we need to move it. So I'm going to get that line back up where I need it, and then I think I can weld it up. Probably have to get this chain out of the way so I can get a good weld up there. So, but should be a fairly straightforward, simple fix. You can tell if you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of rusty. It's been broke for quite a while. So, but imagine how many times, I don't know if I've ever said it, but this combine's got 5,000 plus separator hours on it. The hour meter actually quit for the separator hours, so it's got well over 5,000 on it. So she's moved some grain, and that auger's been in and out quite a few times in its lifetime. So that's, you know, 40 plus years old. That's why it broke. So okay, I'm gonna get this welded up. Well, I got it all lined back up, and it's got a little bit of a gap, but I can take care of that. I'm gonna layer in there good and hot, get that good penetration in there, and then I got a weld back here, which I think I can stick the nozzle of the welder all the way up in there. It's gonna be a little tricky, but I'll get her welded up, then I'll be able to weld from the back side here. So, and that should fix it. I got to figure out how to clean that up a little bit. There's some metal missing out of there, and I don't know exactly where it went. It's kind of strange. That's why I think it's been broke for a little while. It's been wiggling around, and it's been knocking pieces of metal out or something. So I'm gonna get the welder rounded up, get it over here, and get it welding. And Wilson's gonna watch. I got to get him his little welding helmet that he wears, and we'll be ready to start welding. So we're all set up to weld, so let's get welding. Well, not as easy to weld in there as I thought, but I got a good bead on this front side. I'll get a better bead on the back side. So let me get this welded up, and then I think it'll be finished, other than fixing the tin cover that goes over the top. So it's just a little tight in there to weld on, but we'll get her. So we got everything welded up. We got the cover fixed. Dad's strength straightened it all out. I brought it up here and I hammered it back on, straightened everything out, got it tightened back up. When that cylinder came up through, it bent his cover and popped it off. So the auger's fixed now, so the best of our ability. It's kind of hard to get great welds on it because of trying to get in and around everything to get it welded, but it's probably welded better than it was from factory. So this part's done. So now I'm going to adjust the clean grain elevator chain, tighten it up so that it's not slipping. Come up here, break these bolts loose, and then draw this up, and that tightens the elevator chain. I've done the outside already, so now I'm going to measure the outside and make this side match, and then tighten everything back up, and it'll be good to go. Well, there we go. Elevator chain's tightened back up. You have to loosen this chain up when you tighten it. Here's a repair. Everything looks good in here. Everything's held together. We put, what, 3 semi-loads through this combine at least yesterday, and everything held up well. So I'm going to close this up. I'm going to chain lube that chain first. I'm going to close it up, and it's ready to go back to the field other than doing what we need to do on the head. So now we're in the process of putting all new skid plates, well, most of them, under my row dividers. These were wore off pretty good, so we went and got new ones, and Dad's strength's in the process of putting them on, and I'm in the process of putting the ear savers back on. For down corn and conditions where you have pickle vine to deal with, you take these off, and it definitely helps the down corn to get slid up into the head. If not, it'll come up to here and it'll get caught, and then that's all the farther it'll go. So the guys that had it before me must have had some down corn, so they just took them off and left them lay in the shed. But with our corn this year, it's standing really nice, and some of it's every bit of at least 10 foot tall. And when it jerks it down through, it leans over a little bit and it smacks the ear on the side of the head. And when it does that, the ear falls out of the head. So I thought I'd better get these put back on, because these will prevent that. So I got this side to put on, got the other side to put on, and then there's a piece that goes across the back up to the tops of those black pieces of plate that are bolted to the back of the head. So basically, it makes the head, what, 2 foot taller, pretty much. So we're going to actually go rob that black piece off of a head that my cousin Matt's got. He's got a 963, an older one, but still got the same style ear savers on it. So we're going to go grab them here in a few minutes. We got to go over to the IH Historical Society, a non-for-profit group, I suppose you could call it. But, yeah, my cousin Matt collects all this red stuff. He's got all kinds of tractors and stuff. So, but he's got one of these heads, a 963 parts head, and he said I could come get that if I wanted to until I get the one that's supposed to be on this one given to me. It's still at the farm that the head came from, and my salesman's got to go grab it. But for now, I'm going to throw this one on that Matt's got, and then we'll be able to get back to maybe picking corn this afternoon. Looks like Wednesday before we get to take the S67 Gleaner out and cut some beans. After the rain last night, that put us even farther back. So plan is, if the sun comes out, everything dries off, we'll be cutting beans with it next Wednesday. So everybody just hang on, it's coming. It's just the weather keeps putting it on hold. I know I've promised it, but we will cut beans with that combine on YouTube. So we're going to get this head put back together so we can pick corn later today. Well, it's time to go pick some corn. Got everything fixed on the gleaner. Got the ear savers put back on. Didn't get the back piece. Went over to Matt's, and that head actually didn't have it. Thought it did, but it didn't. But at least the outside ear savers are on, so that's really what counts. So we're going to take the trucks to the field, run back, get the gleaner, get some fuel, and then we're going to pick the rest of the afternoon and see if we can't get the rest of the farm. Well, I know we won't get it all done because we won't be able to keep the grain away. So we're going to at least pick 2 truckfuls and a grain cart full. So, and that'll probably be it for the day. So, happy to get to pick some corn this afternoon. It's finally drying out. Well, picked our first hopper with the gleaner today. The auger went out fine. So I would say we're good. I'd say it's fixed. So we're going to go ahead and keep picking. Everything seems to be going good. Putting them ear savers on really helped. I haven't lost an ear yet today, so I'm happy about that. So we're going to try to get this field burned off today, or most of it, whatever we can fit on the trucks. last 6 rows of this farm, and it's gonna fit on the trucks, so we'll be able to take them and dump them yet tonight, and hopefully get moved to the next farm and get it broke in. So I just kind of hate this time of year because the daylight's getting shorter. It's gonna be dark here in about an hour. It's kind of the only bad thing about late, or well, I guess it's almost late fall, I would say. Maybe not, but it's almost November, so I'm gonna be 31 in November. That's kind of scary. But anyways, we're gonna get these trucks in and get moved to the next farm hopefully tonight, and see what we can get done there. But I had a viewer ask me to do more tool reviews. What tools would you guys like to see me review? I'd like some ideas. I don't have anybody that sponsors me right now as far as buying tools to send them to me, or a company that gives me tools to test. So I kind of, whatever I test, I just buy on my own and try it out and do reviews on it. Kind of like the Hart Walmart tools. And actually, them Hart tools from Walmart, we've been using them quite a bit in the shop, and I actually like them. I mean, for what they cost, they're a pretty good tool. So I just, if anybody out there has an idea of a tool they want me to test and use it a couple days and see what I think about it, I don't mind buying them to try them. So, but I'd like to know what you guys would like to see. I don't want to just go buy, you know, something random that nobody really cares about. It just like some ideas. I don't care, power tools, hand tools, whatever. Or even if it's a tool that I don't know, maybe it's something special that, you know, like cordless chainsaw or something. I guess what I'm trying to say is just give me some ideas. So I was wanting to get my hands on one of the new 1-inch M18 Milwaukee impacts. That's what I'd really like to get my hands on to try out for taking off like track pads on the excavator and the dozer, and taking wheels off the big trucks and stuff like that. But I don't know if I can get Milwaukee to send me one. The last time I tried to get anything out of DeWalt or Milwaukee or Forney Welders, it was one of them deals where, well, if you don't have so many subscribers, they don't really, you know, take you seriously. So maybe I'll try again now that I'm over 1,000 and on my way to 2,000. Maybe I can get something out of them. I know it's been working well with equipment dealers on equipment. So you know, because 2,000 people watching, that's quite a bit of potential buyers, really. So. But anyways, if anybody could give me an idea, that would be great. So I'm going to head over to the truck and dump, and then probably run one of them trucks into the elevator, and Dad will probably take the other one. And maybe we'll have a look at the corn pile and see how much it grew today. They've got like six triaxles hauling to the pile, so it probably grew quite a bit today. So we'll go and see that. So anyways, if you're enjoying the video so far, give me a like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. So we'll keep this one going for a little bit yet. Oh, it's a little rough right there. It must be a rock or something. I think they're going to replace culvert under this road because they got white markers for the call before you dig for the 811. So we'll see. That pipe needs changed. It hadn't been changed in a long time. So anyways, yeah. We'll keep this video going for a little bit yet. But first, before we go to the elevator, Sausage brought food. Good food.
Don't forget your gravy in a jar.
Oh yeah, gravy in a jar. She brought us gravy in a jar. So, this is really good. I love when hot meals come to the field. It's great. Makes the day so much better. Okay, we're going to eat and we're going to get going. Well, we made it to the elevator, and the pile of corn has grown. It's getting to be a good sized pile. And they're still building it. Look how nice it is. job. So, anyways, Dad cheated and pulled right on the scale. So now we gotta wait on a truck ahead of us, which just so happens to be Matt's truck again, cousin Matt's truck again, just like yesterday. So,
Power tarp.
with a power tarp, that's so nice. Look at that tarp. Goes right over on its own. So anyways, I'm gonna go on tarp and get on the scale once he's done. So we got back from the elevator, and now we're heading down to the new farm we picked up. There's about 200 acres of corn there to pick, and we're gonna get started there tonight. We're gonna get one of the fields broke in so we can get the rest of the equipment down there. Well, the two trucks, I suppose. Dad's Strength's following me with the grain cart. Dad's in front of me with the 1660. And conveniently, when I was working on the auger and the hopper, I must have knocked my wire apart from my light bar. So I've just got my normal lights, two of them. The other two, the wire fell out of the plug-in. So I'm going to have Dad stop up here real quick, and I'm going to get that plugged back in. I was going to fix it while I was in the shop, totally forgot about it. It's just a wire wiggled out of a connector, one of the plastic connectors, it wiggled right out of it. So it's no big deal to fix it, just wanted to put a new end on it in the shop so I couldn't do it again. But we'll pull off up here somewhere and I'll shove it back in and get my other two lights working. But really, this is plenty. I got him in front of me and Dad's Strength behind me with plenty of light, and then my mom is behind him, and then my sister's behind them with the Jeep. So we're all lit up, we're safe. So it's just kind of helped me see a little bit. But as long as I follow Dad's lights, I'll know where I'm going. So anyways, we're going to get down there and start picking. I'm just going to twist my wires together for my light bar once we get there. If my light bar was on now, it'd do nothing but blind Dad and his mirrors anyway. So these lights are fine for traveling. Well, we made it to the field. I need to stop and fix my light bar. Nothing better than running a combine by feel in the dark. I can see some stuff, but I can't see everything I want to see. So it reminds me of that movie Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer. How they had the electrician on the submarine that would run around and fix stuff all the time and would shock the shit out of himself. I need that guy running around this combine taking care of all my electrical issues. Well, just my lights. The rest of the machine works good. So I'm going to stop. I got plenty of room for the grain cart to get off the road. I'm going to stop real quick and see if I can't get my light bar to work, because that definitely makes a huge difference. You can see how much light it makes for Dad. So I'm going to stop and fix that real quick. Oh, so much better when I can see. I had to bare some wires and shove them in a plug-in. But I got light now. Much nicer. We're kind of on a sand hill here. Still not bad looking corn. The ears are pretty good size on it. So, this is actually Phoenix brand corn that came from Beck's. So that's the first time we've ever tried this, but it don't look too bad. I mean, it was hot and dry when this was growing here. So this missed a couple rains that stuff that we were picking earlier didn't get. We got both the semis moved to the field. So we're going to work on filling them tonight. The goal is to fill them in the grain cart before we quit for the night, so that we can run them in the morning and get a good early start, as long as it stays dry tonight. So I think that's going to wrap this episode of Dirt Grain Steel up for the evening. I hope everybody has a wonderful Friday night. And it is, I guess, is it Halloween night? I'm not sure if it's Halloween night or not. I haven't been paying attention, but I know I've seen some kids out trick-or-treating, and some different churches were having the trunk or treats or whatever they call them. So anyways, everybody stay safe over the weekend if you're going to go to a Halloween party or something. So, anyways, thanks for watching as always, and I will see everybody on the next one. And we're going to hit that 2,000 subscriber mark tonight. Pretty excited about that. We're probably already over it. But last time I checked, we were almost there. We were 3 short of 2,000. So thanks everybody that's just subscribed. Welcome to the channel. And stay tuned because there's always something exciting going on. And there's a lot more exciting stuff to come yet. So we're going to get a harvest done, and we'll move on to some other things. We got the 720 project. We got the MC project. We got Project Dirty Peter. We're going to be getting the 690B excavator, John Deere excavator, and we're going to be picking up the Great All. So a lot of cool shit to come. So definitely stay tuned because it won't be boring, that's for sure. And like always, share my videos on social media. Get me out there so more people can enjoy me. I greatly appreciate it. So, everybody have a good night.